Dobar dan, everybody. Vuchko here with the thank you video for the 2026 Easter Bunny Tracker live stream. Streams. I have to put an S there. I will get to that. But anyway, here's the thank you video. You know how this works. I'm just going to go over statistics. Thank you all again. What went well, what didn't went well, all that, etc. This will literally just be a normal thank you video and probably the last video for the season. So bear with me. I will try to get through this. Hopefully as quickly as possible. But yeah, let's get started. And happy Easter. First and foremost, happy Easter. Okay. Let's go over some statistics. So this stream, I mean, yeah, this was the record breaker. I don't know if we're going to go any lower than this. But yeah, let's go over it. We had a peak concurrent viewer record of 72. That shattered the previous record of 14. I know that sounds embarrassing on paper, but wow. Total views were about 4,784 over all three streams. These are all combined statistics, by the way. I don't want to go over each one, so yeah, combined. Overall watch time, 484 hours, 942 total chat messages, 19,510 impressions, 2,579 unique viewers, 60 likes, which is just short of our record of 61 during Christmas. Average watch time was about 7 minutes, 51 seconds. We also gained 25 subscribers from the stream, so thank you all very much. Welcome to the channel. So yeah, we practically shattered about every single record we had previously. Obviously Christmas we shattered a bunch, but this year was just, oh my god. How this happened exactly, I mean, I have a few theories, but I'm just surprised, really, for an hour of promotion. This was a shock to me, how we managed to get all these people, especially the concurrent viewers. Like, in the past, we've just never had that many people stick around, so to see so many people show up, although the tracker wasn't public, it was a shock. Frankly, I have two theories for this. The first is that we got really lucky on the search tabs. I didn't necessarily know where we were, but clearly we were quite high up because around many of the streams that I saw at the top, we were basically just around there. So we were probably pretty high up on search, and also just the fact that the tracker was private. People were probably looking for TebCC. They couldn't find it. It was only stream-based. So yeah, that's probably why people tended to go here, simply because we had the jazz music, we didn't have the overlay. I know it's nothing unique. I know you can say I'm copying East, which I would honestly agree at this point, but that's just how it should be. I like no overlay, I like the jazz, and clearly you people liked it too, so for everybody that came around all three streams, in which I will get to, thank you very much. Anyway, let's go over things that went well, things that didn't. You know how this works. Quality of the tracker. Considering it was private, considering it didn't have as much testing in the past, TebCC ran pretty damn well this year. Not a lot of errors, minus a couple white panels showing up on the zoom outs. It ran pretty smooth. Everything was good. Didn't really screw the browser source or my computer. So, yeah, I would say TebCC did its job and did a lot more. Honestly, I really love that tracker. I think y'all loved it too. I know a lot of people were using open source trackers. To that I say good for you, but TebCC is just my preference, and I think it was a lot of y'all's too. So yeah, quality, fantastic. New soundtrack. This year's soundtrack entirely made up of jazz from Epidemic Sound. Usually in the past I would have YouTube Audio Library, and then at Christmas we had a bit of a mix, but this year we just went Epidemic Sound, and clearly a lot of people liked it. I do intend to have my subscription for a while, so hopefully we'll have a mix of both for Christmas again, because, you know, I like to mix it up. But just Epidemic, it clearly worked out. You guys clearly liked it. What else we got? A lot of help from EMF's community. Obviously, I know a lot of good people in that Discord, and a lot of them tended to come here. You also had Colster streaming, bless him, but a lot of people from there came onto our stream and definitely spread a good word about it, so thank you to all those people I will specifically mention. A few of them, Reset Plays, Grandma's House, who had their own stream. What else do we have here? Yeah, Northeast Mountain Films. All those guys, y'all did a really good number for me. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to you three. Sleep was good. Again, I slept really well throughout the stream. I guess I timed it pretty well. Probably because my sleep schedule is all screwed up. Uni will do that to you, but worked out pretty well, though I woke up pretty late on Sunday, but I'm not, like, tired like I was last year when I had to be up pretty much at all times and immediately go on a vacation after. I think we timed sleep pretty well. I was able to get out and go AFK for a while. I will get to that, but chat was decent. There was a turnout, which is honestly all you can really ask for, but I will talk a little more about the chat in the not-so-great section. You guys will probably hate me for this, but I have to discuss it. What else do we have? My mid laptop, this HP Victus gaming laptop, held up pretty well, actually, considering it doesn't have the greatest specs in the world. I only really have it on campus because I needed a gaming laptop. But it works. You're probably not going to get another stream on this thing, but it did what it had to do. I didn't have a lot of hope in it, but it held up pretty nicely. It didn't cause the crashes, so I will give it that. And also, after the both brutal crashes, we did catch up pretty nicely. A lot of you guys came back to the stream. So for those who didn't go elsewhere, thank you for the faith in me, despite our reliability problems. Yeah. Really, a lot of things went really well, but let's talk about some not so great things. Alright. The incidents. The stream crashes. Let me sum it up quickly. We had to have 3 streams this year because we had 2 crashes on the first 2 streams at 10:16 p.m. on April 4th and 12:09 a.m. on April 5th. The streams we had not only crashed and stopped working, but completely ended on YouTube's end. It did not end on OBS. Let me explain why. In the past, I would usually have a scheduled live stream that would allow me to enable auto start, auto stop, and all that, etc. But this year, I just set it up straight from OBS, clicked go, and yeah, we didn't schedule the live stream. I decided to do it with an hour of notice on Saturday morning. So I didn't really know those options weren't going to show up, and once I noticed they weren't there, I knew we were screwed. I wasn't on the same Ethernet as usual, so I was on internet for this stream. And it held up okay for most of it, but it does tend to be spotty sometimes, and unfortunately, these 2 times, it was good enough to just knock out the stream. On OBS, everything was still there. All the statistics, all the drop frames, the hours count was the same. But once the internet caught back up, YouTube would just end the stream. It ended in Studio, and I had to completely restart Studio in order to get the streams back up. The second time, I actually had to restart OBS. And again, that's because I didn't have auto start and stop enabled, so I guess once the encoder just had nothing to give and the reconnection attempts, YouTube just ended it. Which sucks. It sucks. For the last couple of years, even when we had crashes, I was able to just get the stream back up. OBS would be good. YouTube Studio wouldn't end it. And we were able to get right back on my feet. Hell, last year I had to restart the PC at around 5:20 a.m. and it still restarted everything from the same key. But this year, YouTube just didn't cooperate and we had to completely restart. And that was, for lack of a better term, really not sexy. It was probably entirely my fault, and I think we lost a lot of reliability there. And if you went elsewhere, I don't blame you, but yeah, it just sucked. It really sucked. I really didn't want to have to do 3 streams, especially a restart at 1 a.m. when things were just overall starting to drop off a bit. That was just such piss poor timing, and it really screwed up the rest of the stream. And also with that, I feel like we missed out pretty good on hitting 100 peak concurrent. I think it could have easily happened. At the time of the first crash, we had around 60 people. We got to around 47 with mostly new viewers when we restarted once he got to the US. So yeah, I just feel like if we had the same base, we could have easily gotten to 100 peaks. So yeah, basically my fault. Also really just crappy circumstances. And yeah, kind of screwed us up. Let's discuss the chat. I really needed to do a better job of enforcing the rules. I do have a rules command. It was a little bit outdated, but yeah, to sum it up, we had a lot of people putting their personal info. We had people impersonating the EB. It was just terrible at times. I did my best to enforce it. I did genuinely have to mute some people, but I just felt I could have done a better job with that. This isn't necessarily an indictment on my fans. I appreciate y'all for coming, but for Christmas, I'll make sure that the rules are better enforced. I didn't expect to have much of a chat, so that's probably why, but wasn't pretty. We will fix that. As for other notable things, limited promotion. I felt, hell, maybe we could have promoted this thing a little more. Maybe could have gotten more viewers, but despite the limited promotion, we obviously did well. But for next year, hopefully there will be more promotion. Really, the reason for that is just school. I've just been so busy. I didn't have time to promote it properly. Hell, I didn't even know I was going to be doing it until Saturday morning again. So for next year, we will make sure to promote it. And then, yeah, other than that, just a couple drop frames here and there. I expected that. That was about it. Really good stream. Really unfortunate breaks here and there. Thankfully, I'm back on the PC for Christmas this year and hopefully Easter next year, so we shouldn't have any more serious problems. So let's talk about the future. I'm hoping to find new moderators. I will have more content coming out, Reels content especially before tracking, so hopefully I will maybe do mod requests, hopefully some more live streams and just other categories, but yeah, I'm looking for new moderators, but that will be a future problem. I obviously have Fish and Creasem, but they're obviously busy, so, you know. But yeah, new moderators hopefully will come, more videos will come. I may have 1 or 2 post-stream uploads, but I can't guarantee anything. And yes, there will be a Santa stream. Hopefully, I will be home for that, but yes, there will be one. And that's really all I have to say for now. This was by far the most successful stream we've ever done. I want to thank all of you who showed up to either of the 3. Thank you for your support. Thank you if you subscribed and liked. And that's about it. So, until next time, this is Wuchko, and I will see you later. Goodbye.